Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aiden. On today's video, we are taking a look at the Air Jordan 13 Lucky Green. Before we get into that, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who helped me achieve 700 subscribers. It is massively appreciated and I can't thank you guys enough for all of your support. To any new viewers, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification. We do release brand new content each and every week. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro. Initially releasing on September 26th for a retail price of £165, today we are taking a look at the Air Jordan 13 Lucky Green that does take inspiration from the Ray Allen Air Jordan 13 PE. Now for anyone that doesn't know, PE stands for Player Edition. And Ray Allen actually wore his PE during the 2011 NBA season where he broke the 3-point NBA record. Now, as we've seen with other releases by Jordan Brand where they are bringing back PE editions, they do like to change it up a little bit just to make sure they aren't copying the exact blueprint from that Player Edition. And I will get into that later on within the video. So let's go ahead and get into the box. And here we go guys, I now have the box in hand and as you can see we just get that usual bog standard Jordan 13 box with the silver finish and the red Jumpman branding in the centre. Taking a quick look now at the label on the box which reads Air Jordan 13 Retro in the white, lucky green and black colourway. So now that wraps up the overview of the box itself. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of my review. And here we go guys, I now have the shoe in hand, so getting straight into the shoe, starting from the toe box. Here we have a white tumbled leather toe box, and as far as the quality goes, it does have a very soft and smooth texture overall. I think for someone like me that does buy a lot of Jordan sneakers, I pretty much know what to expect whenever I do pick up the latest Jordan release. It has that very similar quality and texture to a lot of the other Jordan releases that do feature the same tumbled leather. So in that respect, I really can't complain. It is a pretty decent quality in my opinion. And now moving up the upper of the shoe itself, here we have this white synthetic tumbled leather upper. Now this does feature the usual Jordan 13 detailing throughout, and within this usual 13 detailing, I personally did notice that there was some unfinished stitching. Now, once again, this is a pretty consistent QC problem that we see with a lot of not only Jordan sneakers, but Nike sneakers as well. Since, I started this channel in May of this year, I have noticed a lot more QC issues with pretty much every shoe that I do pick up. That could be because I've never really bothered or really noticed this issue, or because I'm actually going through shoes in a lot more detail than I ever have done. But when you are buying shoes at the level that I am, I'm picking up 4, 5, 6 pairs a week on some occasions, and I'm seeing the same consistent issues on each and every shoe that I pick up, whether it be loose stitching, glue marks, scuff marks. It definitely becomes disheartening and something I really get worked up about, to be completely honest. This shoe retails for £165, which is definitely not cheap by anyone's standards. So if you are picking up a shoe like this and you are seeing unfinished stitching, glue marks, scuff marks, it definitely deters from buying any future releases. And I think Nike definitely need to do a lot to improve the overall QC on their releases. And for me, as I say, it's just something that I really do get worked up about. And I'm hoping that one day I might get a shoe without any QC problems. Now moving on to a more positive note. Throughout the upper of the shoe itself, we do get this 3M piping. Now, this does differ from the previous OG13 models, but it's something that I personally can really appreciate. Now, I'm relatively new to the 13 model. I only have one other pair of 13s in my collection, so this is definitely something I really appreciate and I really like the look of. I really like 3M on any sneaker, so seeing it on this model, which I'm a big fan of, definitely helps it stand out for me. Now, I also do think that the piping does give the shoe a nice, sleek and finished look. Moving down the shoe now, here we have this fairy green suede material. Now, it doesn't have that same two-tone element to it, but it definitely maintains that super soft texture overall. And I personally am a big fan of the suede that they have used for this shoe. I think that it is of a pretty decent quality in my opinion. Now, the same green suede can be seen throughout the midsole, but also towards the heel of the shoe as well. As we now reach the heel of the shoe, we have the iconic Jordan 13 hologram. Now, this was one of the first things I ever noticed about the 13 model. I think it looks incredible personally, and it's such a nice out there feature on this shoe, and it definitely drew me into the shoe, and I imagine that's probably one of the key reasons that people who are watching this video may love this shoe as well. The hologram, in my opinion, is the most iconic feature on the entire shoe. Kind of like how the Wings logo is the most important feature on the Jordan 1. I think without this hologram on the 13, it just wouldn't be the same shoe in my opinion. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. Let's get back into it. Moving down even further, here we have the black pods. Now, this is actually where things do start to differ from the Ray Allen PE, as on the PE edition, they were featured in white. But for me, I actually prefer how the black pods look. I think it adds a nice pop of contrast, considering there's already so much white on this shoe. And also the fact that they are featured in black will make it a lot easier to clean and maintain. As we now switch to the outsole on the shoe, we have hints of white, black and green with the herringbone traction and the carbon fibre. Now, I am a huge fan of the outsole on the 13 model. Seeing that panther paw just looks incredible in my opinion, and it's definitely one of my favourite features on the entire shoe. I'd even go as far as saying that this is probably my favourite outsole on any sneaker ever. And now taking a look at the lace on the shoe, here we have a complete set of white rope laces. The laces do sit atop a perforated leather tongue, and at the very top of the tongue itself, we have the green Jumpman branding embroidered into the centre of the tongue. At the base of the laces itself, we have the Jordan branding, which has actually been filled in green. On previous Jordan 13 models, I do believe that the Jordan calligraphy was just left in white, but personally, I do actually prefer how it looks on this shoe. And now taking a look at the sock line of the shoe, which is featured in black to match the black pods. For me, the Jordan 13 has a very good amount of padding and support around both the heel and ankle collar. I'd actually go as far as saying that the 13 is probably one of the most comfortable Jordan sneakers in my collection, and I do reference the actual padding around the ankle and heel area pretty much in all of my videos, as it's actually something that I look for when picking up a shoe for my collection. I do generally go for high tops over low tops just to get that extra padding and support around the ankle, and the Jordan 13 definitely has a decent amount of padding to actually give you that extra support that you might need. And now taking a look at the insole of the shoe, we have a primarily green insole with the black Jumpman branding. Now that just about wraps up the overview of the shoe itself, so now let's go ahead and get into my opinions on the shoe. And now moving over to the most important aspect of any sneaker, and that would be the sneaker's comfortability. For me, I do find the Jordan 13 model extremely comfortable right out the box, and for me, it doesn't require any breaking in time. With that said, I do actually find the ankle area a little bit narrow to begin with, so I actually like to loosen the laces before putting the shoe on, just to give me that little bit of extra room to put my foot into the shoe, so that might be something to bear in mind before picking up this model. In terms of durability, unfortunately, I haven't really had a chance to test out the shoe's full durability as of yet, but having worn the shoe, I do feel that the shoe has been made incredibly well, and I do feel that it is going to be very durable. I would like to point out that it does have a primarily white upper, so it's probably not the best shoe to wear throughout, say, autumn and winter, because it's going to be quite difficult to maintain due to the bad weather. In terms of sizing, I personally do go true to size, as I do feel that that is the best reflection on me. I do have wide feet, and that is definitely something to bear in mind. If you do have a chance to try out this shoe before buying, I would highly recommend that you do so, just so you can understand the best fit for you. And in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, I do give the Air Jordan 13 Lucky Green a very respectable 8 out of 10. Personally, I am biased towards this shoe. The Air Jordan 13 is probably in the top 5 of my all-time favourite Jordan silhouettes, so just being a Jordan 13 gets it a few extra points. I feel that if it didn't have the QC problems, it may have even been a 9 in my opinion, or even an 8.5. I just love the 13 model so much, but I think you guys can join me in the dissatisfaction towards the QC problems that probably not I, but other people are facing as well. I really hope that Nike find a solution to this issue. I feel that it is a case of, wanting to make sure that you are having quantity, but also making sure that the customers like you and I are getting quality for the money that we are paying. So in that respect, it is a little bit of a disappointment, but I'd love to know what you guys think as well. So please go ahead and drop me a comment in the comment section below, and let's go ahead and take a look at the shoe in more detail. Now I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who stuck around to this point in the video. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification, and I hope to see you again in the next one.